Good morning. Welcome in this environment studies class. In our last class, we discussed that why kings used to make forts and how it protects a kingdom from enemies. In this class, we will continue this chapter and we learn that in early time how people used to supply water in palaces. How they lift water even at the top floor of the palace. So let's see.
Can you say what bullocks are doing here? Just see in which direction the drum attached to the road moves when bullocks move. Just see in which direction this drum move when the bullocks move. If the bullocks move like this, then the drum will also move in clockwise direction. And if these bullocks move like this, then this drum will also move in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so now just try to imagine if this drum will move clockwise or anti-clockwise direction, then how in which direction this toothed will move. Okay, so this is one rod, means pole, which is attached with this toothed wheel to this. This is one another wheel, which is in which some pots are attached to lift water from well to the tank. Okay, so can you now imagine how this garland of water, means garland of pots, lift water from the well? Can you get any idea how this pots is used to fill the tank? This is tank from the water of the well. If you visit any historical places, you will find some clay pipe in the walls of the fort or palaces. These pipes would have been used to carry water to different places in the palace. So that time, how advanced the engineering was, means now in present time we use iron pipe, plastic pipe, all this, but that time they use pipe of clay, okay, to transport water, to carry water from one part to another part in the. All of them walking, whistling and listening to their own because they were walking through a tunnel. Sridhar saying, "Oh, the breeze feels so cool in this tunnel." Salja, "It was written that soldiers stayed here." Sridhar, see this board, but look what the wall is like. So what was written on the board? It was written that writing on the wall is prohibited. But there were many useless writings on the wall. And who had written this? The people, the visitors. Salja, "Oh, think how this wall has seen thousands years ago. It has seen kings and queens, horses and elephants, war and peace, but we have spoiled it in just a few years." Kalyani replied, "I don't understand. What kind of fun do people get in writing their names all over the places like this? Why they used to destroy our public property?" So after visiting their tunnel, they went to a museum in which is in Hyderabad, and there many old items are kept. Many things were found when the place around Golconda was dug, like pots, jewelry, swords, etc. Salja saying, "Oh, why are these broken pieces of pots kept in the almirah?" See that small plate made up of bronze? That blue piece seems to be made of ceramic. The ceramic means clay. Didi replied, "It is through all these things that we come to know how people of those times lived, what they used, and what things they made. If all this would not have been kept here, how would you know so much about those times?" So, museum is very important for us. Museum is a collection of old things, and it helps us know about our past. And you can also make your own museum like Rajni ma'am. Rajni ma'am teaches in a government school in Malappuram district in Kerala. Together with the children of her class, she has collected many old things from all the houses, like old walking sticks, locks, umbrellas, wooden sleepers, which is known as kharang also, pots, etc. They also saw what these things look like today. Rajni ma'am and the children put up an exhibition and which people from the neighborhood came to see. So in this way you can also collect some old things and make a museum in your own house, and it will help you to know about your grandfathers, forefathers. Okay, so it is we should also make a museum at our home. So with this our chapter is complete, and in our next class we will start a new chapter.